going on, everybody? Joseph David here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community. Good morning, everybody. Joseph Hadid here, your host for Worldwide Sport Updates, and good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. Yes, indeed, it is TGIF, and what a long week that pretty much was a very long week indeed. First and foremost, let's start off and recapping the long week with some NBA news. The Spurs are thinking about expanding their reach across Texas. Mexico reportedly raises concerns. The Spurs occupy a relatively small media market, with San Antonio number 37 in the nation, ranking as the 26th biggest among NBA franchises. The franchise seeks to expand its reach with inroads into the ever-growing city of Austin to the northeast, as well as Mexico City and Monterrey south of the U.S. border. That push has some local officials concerned about the franchise's long-term dedication to San Antonio and Bexar County. However, per The Athletic, the Bexar County Commissioners Court voted 3-2 to allow the San Antonio Spurs to play 4 home games away from the AT&T Center in 2022-2023 upcoming season. The standing agreement with the county allows for 2 such games each year, and the franchise is bound to the arena through the year 2032. The Spurs sought the arrangement in order to play home games in Mexico City and Austin next season, along with a home game at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. The game at the Alamo Dome will be held in celebration of the franchise's 50th anniversary and the 1999 NBA title, which was won by the team's former arena. Let's move over to some NFL news. Well, from college basketball to the NFL, Marcus Santos Silva, latest to get shot with the Browns. With news that the Browns signed Marcus Santos Silva on Monday, the former Texas Tech star becomes the latest in the line of former college basketball player who will get a shot at playing in the NFL. The 6'6", 261-pound Santos Silva spent 3 seasons at VCU before spending the past 2 with the Red Raiders. He is listed as a tight end, a popular position for the college basketball to NFL transition, which started with former California star Tony Gonzalez in 1997. Gonzalez played both football and basketball in college, but chose the NFL as his career path. Let's move over to some Major League Soccer news. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing a little bit something different. We have some Major League Soccer news that I would like to share with you on this Friday morning. The Sounders, ladies and gentlemen, if you have heard already, have become the first Major League Soccer team to win the CONCACAF Championship League title. Raul Ruidiaz scored on a deflected shot late in the first half, added a second goal off a perfect counter attack in the 80th minute, and Seattle Sounders beat Pumas 3-0 on Wednesday night to win the CONCACAF Championships League title. The Sounders became the first team from the Major League Soccer to claim the championship of club teams in the North and Central America and the Caribbean since the current format was adopted in the year 2008. Seattle was the 5th Major League Soccer team to reach the final and the first to finish that task. Nicolas Lourdeau added a final punctuation in the 88th minute, and his third goal of the final after he scored both Seattle goals on penalty kicks in the first leg last week in Mexico City when the sides played to a 2-2 draw. Officially, Seattle won the two-leg final 5-2, but with away goals, not a tiebreaker in the final. Whoever won the second leg in Seattle outright would be the champion. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the Seattle Sounders, they had a world attendance record that they also broke. And ladies and gentlemen, that world attendance record that the Seattle Sounders broke on Wednesday recorded, I believe it recorded about 60, I think, hold on, let me check real quick, ladies and gentlemen. The world attendance record for the Sounders on Wednesday night was 67,000, I believe, in attendance, folks. I believe it was 67,000, but bear with me here while I bring that information up. So, yes, so ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday night, not only, again, Seattle Sounders hosting, against Pumas, but they broke the attendance record at 68,741, folks. That was an all-time attendance record between the Seattle Sounders and Pumas. Ladies and gentlemen, history was definitely made. Indeedy. Let's move over to some Major League Baseball news. The Oakland A's announced the worst attendance in over 4 decades. It doesn't take long to count the fans at an Oakland Athletics game these days. Attendance for their Monday tilt against the Tampa Bay Rays at Oakland Coliseum was announced at 2,488, the lowest paid attendance for the A's since September 9th of 1980. According to Mark Topkin of the Tampa Bay Times, those figures don't include the pandemic impacted in the year 2020 and 2021 campaign, which had attendance limitations. Rays slugger Yandy Diaz got the offense going early with a leadoff homer into the left field seats, which looked entirely vacant on the replay. The poor showing comes a week after the A's president, Dave Kaval, criticized the San Francisco Giants attendance during the Bay Bridge series. That game at Oracle Park featured 32,898 spectators, which is 30,410, 13 times more than Monday's game in Oakland. And ladies and gentlemen, Kelsey Whitmore becomes the first woman to start the Atlantic League's game. Kelsey Whitmore played left field and batted ninth for the Saint Island Ferry Hawks on Sunday, becoming the first woman to start a game in the Atlantic League and one of the first to do so in a league connected to Major League Baseball. The 23-year-old Whitmore cracked manager Eduardo Alfonso's lineup for the Ferry Hawks game at the Gastania Honey Hunters. Whitmore, a right-handed hitter, went 0 for 2. She struck out in her first at-bat, was hit by a pitch in the second. She hustled towards the first base after being struck in the arm by a breaking pitch, and flied out to right in her third time up. She was then pulled for a pinch hitter in a 10-5 loss. Flawless in the field, Whitmore caught a couple of fly balls hit in her direction. Whitmore had previously come off the bench for the Staten Island, making her debut on April 21st at Charleston as a pinch runner with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Whitmore is a two-way player and has been working with pitching coach and former big leaguer Nelson Figueroa, but she hasn't yet to pitch in a game for Staten Island. Let's move over to some soccer news. Well, we got more soccer news to share with everybody, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, this is more history in the making as we speak. Maradona's Hand of God shirt fetches $9.3 million at auction, a sports memorable record. Well, actually, a sports memorabilia record. The shirt worn by Diego Maradona when he scored the controversial Hand of God goal against England in the year 1986 World Cup has sold for £7.1 million. 9.3 million, ladies and gentlemen. The highest price ever paid at auction for a piece of sports memorabilia. Auctioneer Sotheby's sold the shirt in an online auction that closed on Wednesday. It did not identify the buyer. Maradona scored 2 goals during the quarterfinal game in Mexico City on June 22nd, 1986. Just 4 years after Britain and Argentina had fought a war over the Falkland Islands. The Argentine great's first goal was ruled a header, but the ball had bounced off Maradona's fist. Out of sight, out. Well, yeah, you pretty much know the picture, ladies and gentlemen. Out of sight of the referee. That is all for this week. I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, on this Sunday's live podcast. Until then, enjoy your weekend. Hit the like button and subscribe to your to our YouTube channel, Worldwide Sport Updates, for all the sports updates across the world, across the country, wherever you may be, for all the latest that is happening around the world. This is Joseph Hadid for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community, and have yourself a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on Sunday. Stay safe and God bless.